They are known as the few, the proud, but what does it actually take to become a Marine?
Well, Rebecca Russell giving a raw look at how civilians get through the longest and toughest boot camps of all the armed forces. Rebecca?
Right, Annie and Derek. Well, recruits from across the country go through boot camp at Parris Island in South Carolina. Weeks of blood, sweat, and tears, testing not just physical toughness, but mental as well. We went to South Carolina and got to meet just a few recruits from West Michigan. Becoming a Marine is a tough 13-week process at boot camp here in Parris Island, South Carolina. And for every Marine, that journey begins right here on these yellow footprints. It's close to midnight on a Tuesday in April. These recruits' lives are about to change forever.
Everybody, sir! Now, when I tell you to, you're going to get off my bus, and you're going to get on my yellow footprints for side by side. You understand me? Get off the bus!
There's no turning back now.
Starting now, you will train as a team. The word I will no longer be a part of your vocabulary. Do you understand? Yes, sir! I said, do you understand? Yes, sir!
It's moments like this that those who stood before them will remember forever.
Tens of thousands of Marines have begun outstanding service to our country. On the very footprints where you are standing, you will carry on their proud traditions. Do you understand me? Yes, sir! I said, do you understand me? Yes, sir!
Then lining up in front of the doors for the first and only time.
Passing through these hatches signifies your transformation from civilian to United States Marine Corps recruit.
The doors open. The chaos begins.
It's controlled chaos, but we need that chaos to show them kind of like what the chaos of war could entail. It's always yelling, screaming, and fog of war and all that. But at the same time, we know exactly what's going on. We're controlling everything.
Then making their one phone call home.
This is Recruit Figueroa. I have arrived safely at Parris Island.
The night continues, no sleep for 2 more days.
The point of the chaos is to get the recruits to be able to physically and mentally make decisions and do things under stress, under a stressful environment. Just to force them to think on their toes, make those decisions, work as a team. Under the stressful environment.
It was kind of like a shell shock in a way to go from, being a civilian and then boom, you're a recruit.
Before they can earn the title of Marine, it's 13 weeks of rigorous training with their drill instructors at the helm.
We will give every effort to train you, even after some of you have given up on yourselves.
It's been tough, but in a good way. And I've realized that everything that the drill instructors do to us is for a specific reason. Everything means something.
The drill instructor's job is to break you down and rebuild you with what it takes to be a United States Marine. And that means you're never good enough. And it's really hard to keep going even though no matter what, you're not going to be good enough.
Recruits are instilled with the Marine Corps' core values of honor, courage, and commitment.
It's been challenging. It's tested us physically and mentally. But it's all been for a reason, and it's all prepared us to better ourselves.
Every Marine is a rifleman, meaning every Marine must master the M16A4 service rifle. No Marine earns the title without completing the crucible, the pivotal moment of recruit training.
I just want to get that Eagle Globe and Anchor, complete the crucible, and get the Eagle Globe and Anchor, become a United States Marine.
54 hours of minimal sleep and minimal food, working together to overcome obstacles.
It was challenging. It'll be physically and mentally. You got to give it your all. So I'm excited to prove to myself that I can do it.
An emotional ceremony marks the end of the crucible, receiving their Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, earning the title of United States Marine.
The hardest part by far was the crucible. I cried. Yeah. I cried a lot. It just made me happy to know that I was able to get through boot camp.
The same drill instructors from the very beginning have been by their sides, pushing them and motivating them.
It's the greatest feeling in the world, seeing them from the foreman day one and seeing how they had known nothing about the world, and then seeing them as Marines. It's the proudest feeling you can ever get.
Now, there are 2 weeks in between receiving their Eagle, Globe, and Anchor and graduation that's filled with classes and practice for when they do walk across that parade deck as new Marines. Now, tomorrow night, we'll take you there and to the events surrounding it, highlighting 3 young men from West Michigan who have now earned the title. In the studio, Rebecca Russell, Fox 17 News.